Our next speaker is from Molex. It's none other than Selvam Tirunavakarasu. He's the Regional Manager, South India, with over 20 years of experience in cabling industry, including 11 at Molex. Selvam has had the opportunity to work with a variety of cabling systems, from legacy coaxial Ethernet cabling to modern-day high-speed fiber networks, and for applications covering data telecom and CCTV. So let's welcome Mr. Selvam on stage.
Morning, friends. My presentation today is whether it's going to be a myth or a reality. It's going to be a myth, and by the end of the presentation, we will definitely see whether it's going to be a myth or a reality. We can conclude. So, what cabling will be installing in 2016. This was the slide which I got it from my senior exactly 10 years back, and without knowing any knowledge, it's written as single fiber bidirectional and single mode fiber. 6 months before to this slide which I got, okay, I had undergone a certified training program where the trainer clearly said that your single mode fiber works on straight line, and then your multi-mode fiber works on the refractive index. So it's none other than the FTTX solution, which my senior said that it is going to be a FTTX was going to be the bidirectional single mode fiber. And today my agenda broadly I kept it as to give a background or fundamentals of FTTX solution, and then the ODN, optical distribution network. So what is ODN? What are the products, a gambit of products consist, and the Molex products on the FTTH. So this is the typical access network hierarchy, or when you talk about the cable and then the wireless. So we will concentrate on the cable, and you have the twisted pair technology, which is a 2-pair, all your XDSL, ADSL, VDSL and SHDSL, it all works on the 2-pair technology. And you have fiber, and on fiber you have AON, or sometimes it is called as APON, and you have PON solutions. So this is how the speed, and the distance is measured for the technologies that whatever that we talked about, the twisted pair and the FTTX. The x-axis you have the distance, that it can scale up to 20 kilometers. You can see the rectangle bar, which is FTTX solution can scale up to 20 kilometers. And on the y-axis, you have the 10G. I recently changed, I had the slide, initially on 1G, and very recently in GPON, 10G got ratified, and then I changed it to 10G. This is how broadly your GPON as a technology evolved. You have APON, which is started mid-90s, and it took its own time, and then it's a point-to-point protocol. Your APON works on a point-to-point protocol, and there are certain disadvantages to deliver the high-speed network, and then that technology was discontinued, and then we had VPON, and VPON and EPON came together, and VPON was predominantly concentrated on IEEE technology, and it works only on the internet and broadband. EPON is predominantly used in countries like China, Japan, and South Korea. It's a technology which recently got ratified up to 10 Gbps, and now you have GPON, which again gives you a gigabit Ethernet and then 10G backbone. It's a multi-point protocol. Your EPON and GPON are point to multi-point protocol. This is the typical PON transmission which takes place between your OLT and the ONT devices. The OLT, the red rectangle boxes, and the ONU, the red again triangle boxes, are the active devices. Molex stands between the OLT and ONU. So what are the components that exactly comes in between the PON technology is the splitter. So PON is actually, it's not electrically charged or electrically, it's a switching equipment. It's a device which splits the fiber, 1 to 4, 1 to 12, 1 to 32, and it scales up to 64 and 28. Predominantly 1 to 32 is the splitter which is used, and then it goes to the ONU device. ONU is again a device at the subscriber end, and then it connects to the, it gives the last mile exchange with the category 6 cabling solution. It could be a patch card connected to your IP television, it could be a patch card connected to your telephone, it could be a patch card connected to your CCTV camera applications, all this. The general structure of PON network, yes. So now you can see the OLT. What are the OLT devices that can be connected at the exchange? You have OLT which can support voice and data, and that is connected to your WDM coupler. Or if you want to deploy the TCP IP gigabit Ethernet networking, the LAN data networking, the switch comes before the OLT devices. And for your CCTV camera application, you have your optical video transmitter, and then that is connected to your amplifier, and it's connected to your fiber patch panel. Your 128 core or 64 fiber or 48 core fiber, it's connected to a fiber panel inside the data center or at the subscriber end. From the subscriber end, it goes to the splitter. Splitter predominantly deployed at the, in an in an hospitality industry, if you take customers specific to hotels, and they would prefer to have their OLT and ONT within their premises. But in case of end users like multi-storied apartments or condominium, they would like to prefer not to buy the OLT, rather taking it from the service provider directly from the Airtel or BSNL. Now, the minute it lands the splitter, again, it gets splitted, and then each pair goes to the subscriber. So one fiber, you get 32 customers. So that is the broad idea of fiber. Always your twisted pair is a point-to-point protocol. Say suppose if there is a hotel or you use a 4-pair cable, it's a point-to-point for every cable you have to lay for voice, data, or camera. Multiple cables. Just imagine in the shaft, the number of cables that they lay. For example, Taj or any large group of hotels, they bring 5 Cat6 UTP cable inside the guest room. Any hotel. So now you don't require 5 cables, you just require 1 fiber core and 1 more fiber for redundancy in case the customer prefers to use the redundancy for fiber cabling. GPON solution. The minute it lands, yes, you can have, as I told you, it lands the subscriber, you can have multiple applications like CCTV, voice, data, internet, and telemetry. Say suppose you want to connect your water meter or electricity or your LPG connections, so you can deploy all that in the ONU devices. And for this, you need to talk to specific to the active manufacturers. So coming back to the ODN network, so we manufacture the splitters and then the fiber cables and the patch panels. So this is the background of FTTX. Now we'll move on to the next slide of ODN, optical distribution networks. So this is the ODN structure. Now here in this ODN, it's a complete passive cabling component. As I told you, you will have the fiber cable between the OLT and the splitter. From the splitter to your building, again you can have a backbone outdoor cable or a flat drop fiber cable, and that which is connected to your ONT device, and the ONT to your multiple applications of voice data will be on category 6. The last line will be on category 6. And there is a distance limitation in the GPON solution. It can support up to 20 kilometers. Say suppose, in a villa or a campus that you want to deploy in township like BHEL or Bell, you want to deploy, yes, it can support up to 20 kilometers, not more than that. The logical distance, yes, it can scale up to 40 or 60, but it restricts between your OLT device and the ONT device 20 kilometers. Excuse me. Okay. So this is very key in GPON. In any gigabit Ethernet, so what we do is, whether it is a three-tier architecture of core, distribution and access, we develop a campus network in a ring or a star topology, and we just run the fiber cable and then connect it, correct? And without calculating the distance, if you are laying a single mode fiber campus, if it is a multi-mode, yes, there is a restriction between OM2, OM3 and OM4. But if it is a single mode campus, on a ring topology, without measuring the length, we lay and then we deploy. But in GPON, it's not like that. By theory, yes, you can design, lay the fiber between the OLT and the last mile. But there is a loss since fiber cable is splitted into 32, one fiber core which is getting splitted into 32. You seriously need to calculate the fiber loss and the measurements. So now, this is the power budget loss. When you buy a OLT device or a ONU device, so the manufacturers from the active, they will be giving what is the power optical loss, from the OLT, they will be giving you 2.5 dB. I have taken it for an example, and then what is the receiving sensitivity. So this are captured, and for your uplink, for your downlink at 1490 nanometer, which your GPON supports 2.5 Gbps, and your downstream it supports 1 Gbps. The budget loss is calculated like this: 2.5 minus the 27 dB equals 29.5 dB. I will the same way for the uplink. And let's take, for example, this is how your physical line diagram of your OLT and the ONU device. So you see the first line and then the second line. There are multiple terminations here. You have 8 connects and then the 6 connects. For example, in the upper ONU, there is a connector loss, correct? For every fiber, when you do a termination, there is a connector loss. So per connector, it is 1.5 dB. There are 8 connectors, so you have 1.2 dB is a loss. Okay, you capture that. Likewise, for splitter, for every splitter, 1:32, 1:64, there is a defined loss parameter which you need to capture, and you actually really need to take paper and a pen and then calculate to deploy a GPON solution. And for a 1:64, 21.5 dB is the loss, and you capture that, and for every kilometer of the fiber, 0.35 dB is the loss. So there, 5 meter cable, 5 kilometer cable is laid, so you have 1.75 dB. And forward calculation error for the other end buffer, 1.5 and 2 dB is the defined loss which is being taken. So total budget loss for an upper ONU and down on the ONU is 27.9 dB and 27.65 dB. So what the standard says for GPON, predominantly for 1:32 and for a 20 kilometers fiber, 28 dB should be the loss. So anything between 28 is acceptable. So that's how, in both, we have received 27.95 and 27.65, which is less than, 28 point, which is good. So if there is any correction need to be made, you have to rework the complete, the laying of the fiber cable to deploy a GPON solution. So this is the ODN network. Now we quickly move to the products. So general products, physical architecture looks like this from your data center at your subscriber end or at your premises when it lands at the ONT. So you have the fiber enclosure of high density fiber enclosure in your open rack or closed rack with 64, 48, whatever the number of cores fiber terminated and the data center, and then that goes to, if it goes beyond 2 kilometers, yes, you deploy the splice enclosure. Your cable drum that comes in 2000 meters, so you will have the outdoor fiber enclosure. From the outdoor fiber enclosure, it lands at the fiber distribution hub, and I will show you the products. So these are the products, complete gamut of Molex products comes in between the ONU, between OLT and ONU. And this is the RFR 300 series high density fiber panel, and you have the 200 series and the 82s, which can support 24, 48, 96 and 192 ports. And it supports different interface SC and LC. This is a heavy duty outdoor fiber cable. It's a multiple loose tube, and it has two jackets, inner and outer jacket. In between inner and outer, you have the corrugated steel tape armory, and there is a nylon sheath on the outer, which is optional if the situation needs that. Yes, you require a nylon sheath on the outer jacket. This is your fiber distribution. This is to save space. If you don't have space to deploy the fiber distribution hub inside your premises, you can mount it outside the building, and you will find this kind of outdoor fiber distribution hub coming on the roadside. And yes, it can support all the SC, APC and SC, LC connectors. This is a splitter module. A typical splitter module starts with 1:2 and scales up to 2:64. One fiber which gets splitted into 2 and 32 is the predominantly stored, and it can scale up to 2:64.
What is the length of the patch cord standardly available?
Length of the fiber patch cord?
The single core fiber which will go till the ONU or the ONU. From the splitter,
Okay.
the fiber will go to the ONU, right?
ONU, correct.
So that might be a standard length. We need to do a separate splicing or ready-made single core fibers are available.
You have the drop fiber cable. I'll come to that. I have a drop fiber cable. That length is actually measured on the calculation of the polarity, the loss which we have seen. So it's based on the polarity calculation.
That is fine. The distance limitation is okay. But from the splitter, you will be deploying the splitter maybe in residential premises which is a 10-story or something.
Yeah.
And then you might be spreading the cables. So my aspect is that the ready-made single core fibers are available.
Correct. It available in 2000 meter drum. It's available in 2000 and 4000 meter drum. The flat drop fiber cable. So this is your outdoor IP68 fiber enclosure between your OLT and splitter when you try to run the multiple loose tube fiber cable. And since the outdoor fiber cable comes in 2000 meter drum, and you cannot carry, you actually don't get maximum more than 2000 and 4000. So you will be deploying this outdoor fiber enclosure, which you would have already seen on the roadside. We have deployed this sample at our booth, so you can come and have a see. So this is your indoor wall-mounted fiber enclosure, which comes at the every floor level. From the splitter, this gets terminated, and from this indoor wall-mounted fiber enclosure, it goes to each and every subscriber at the ONU. This is available at 12, 24, and again 48 fiber enclosures. This is your subscriber outlet. Exactly at the user end, you will find this subscriber outlet. It's a 2-port SE, LC, SE or LC APC connectors. This is the drop fiber which I was mentioning. So you want to know the distance actually. So again, distance, as I told you, it has been calculated by the polarity, and then it has to be labeled. This is available in 2000, 4000 meter drum. And what is the advantage of this fiber cable is, it's ITU G657 standard compliant. This is a ribbon fiber, like you can roll this fiber on your pencil or a pen. It's a very flexible fiber cable. And this is the couplers. Specifically, color has been defined green for GPON, for APC connectors and APC couplers. So you know that blue and beige color are used for the single mode and multi-mode. The same way on the fiber patch card, you will use aqua for OM3 and OM4. You will be using blue and yellow for single mode and multi-mode, orange for single mode and multi-mode fiber. Green color is the couplers predominantly used for the GPON solution. So this is the typical example how to derive a BOQ for GPON. I have just taken an example. We can discuss. This is a typical live example. If there are houses with a distance of, there are 3-4 floors with a distance of 30 meters and 40 meters. So how it has been derived. So I have some examples, and then we can look at if there is a requirement for GPON specific to your needs. This is a new services. There are a lot of customers who are talking to us for deployment. Or since we come from the passive manufacturing, and it's a labor intensive work, and then for Wi-Fi deployment or specific to CCTV camera deployment, or it could be your multi-location deployment. So we have introduced this new turnkey solution to support, since we have 75 years of experience in manufacturing the connectors and 30 years of experience in manufacturing the structured cabling products. And we have 1,800 partners worldwide. And what we do in this specific turnkey solution, yes, we do the project management. We have a software deployed, and this supports where you can get the day-to-day updates on the deployment that is actually happening at the site. And yes, we are from the Connected Enterprise solution. We have MPN products, complete LAN networking on the copper cable and fiber cable, LAN connectivity and fiber connectivity products. And then this is our intelligent cabling products. And then we have come out with a new product which is called as Intelligent LED Lighting Solution. This is likely to launch, and just wanted to inform that yes, Molex is coming up with a lighting solution on the LED. This is one presentation which I wanted to give. As I told you, my first slide, which I got it 10 years back, and the same way, I got this slide, and this would be my first presentation to every customer I go and meet. It's a category 6 jack, nothing but an RJ45 outlet. What are the unique features of this outlet is it has a shuttered jack. It avoids dust and contaminants getting settled inside the jack. And every time when you try to plug in a patch card, it spits out half plug patch card. So it's a Molex patented solution. It's not that we provide this shutter jack on the user end. No, we do provide on the panel end. It comes with the same shuttered RJ45 jack on the panel. And you will see a comb-like perforation. While the picture was trying to develop, as a full developed product, you would have seen, comb-like perforations. The RJ45, when you try to mate it with your jack, every time when you plug in and plug out, this comb perforations cleans the conductor. We have kept a sample. You can come and test it. And this is a feature that you get at the front side of the jack. On the back side of the jack, it has 4 IDC towers all these IDC towers are wedge V-shaped. It can simultaneously take two conductors together. When I say two conductors, in an hospitality industry, you want to terminate two cables in RJ45? Yes, it can accept. It's a wedge V-shape. It opens and then it locks. And its ease of termination will be there. There will be a sharp IDC towers. You just create a twist and press it with your thumb. 100G should be the pressure. In case not, you have a spool and then you have a punch down spool to do the termination at the back. Yes, these products are ETL verified and UL certified. ETL, when I say ETL, these products are tested every quarter. Once in 3 months. ETL labs are, ETL offices are there in 240 countries. 240 labs in 90 countries, and it is tested. While doing the testing and performance, if it proves, not meeting the performance, your certification goes null and void. And I explained the features of data gate, the shutter, and it supports 568A and 568B wiring sequence, and IDC style, wedge V-shape. And this is my last slide. Just wanted to, present this particular, what is the trend, that, or what is happening, in a minute in internet. So you can see Amazon does about $130,000 business in a minute, and Google, which does about 4.1 million searches. And as I told you, when I started with this presentation, GPON looks like a myth because you can count number of installation in this country and the number of capability on the integrators and then capability of the manufacturers available. It's a myth. But moving forward, by 2017, 3 times the population of this world is going to be connected. So it's going to be reality. So with this I complete my presentation. Any questions, we can take it up offline, or I can answer. Thank you.